Hello, everybody. It's Monday. Makes with Mariah and a little special guest, sort of. She's just here to show off her stuff. He's down getting coffee. Yeah. She's going to school tomorrow. Yay. Okay. Hello, my Arty friends. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, what? We don't know.
They're there.
That's right. We don't know that they're there. We like to know that you were there.
Yeah.
Because that's how we say hello to everybody, isn't it?
Unicorn.
And unicorns. All right, let's say hello, everybody, while we wait for Gigi to get up here and, you know, so she can. I know we're going to, but let's say, or do you just want to show your stuff?
No.
Not yet? Okay. Remember, calm. All right, my Arty friends, do say hello. Oh, thumbsy upsies. There's a thumb in there somewhere.
Well, at least I didn't give you this.
There you go. Just a hidden thumb. That's okay.
Can you find the thumb?
Oh. Remember. I told her to be mature. We're working on it. Okay, guys. Let's. Yeah, I know we're not. All right. So we've got 30.
Thank you for the minutes.
Somebody gave us monies?
Yeah, minutes.
What are you talking about, monies?
The money.
No, there's no monies.
Money.
See, this is how you get kicked off the stream. I'm telling you. Hey, and remember, stay close. There's San Diego. Come here. Okay, we've got Ann Lar, Art Curious by M&W. That's Miriam. Becky's here. Bruja, Cookie Wookie. That's Mo. Dana Gray. Ann Lar popped in there. Yeah, okay. Darcy is here. Dana Gray. Griffin Shell, that's Rhonda. Holly, Jocelyn, Kathy. The this and that, that's Jennifer. Lindsay just popped in there. And Kathy, I believe. Jocelyn. Okay. Lydia, Margie, Michelle with 1L. Near Designs. What's that?
Is the popo there?
No. See, now you're just being silly again. Patricia, hello. I believe you are new, or yeah, I think you've been here a couple times. Sorry, Sherry Black Dog Design. So Granny and Grumpy Gnome, that's Lynn. And if I missed you, not on purpose, like Dawn, I think popped in there. Mark Hines is having surgery, so he's going to be out for a little bit. He did let us know. So thoughts and prayers and all that business for Mark to recover. I think Darcy's doing well. Darcy, let us know in the chat. Hey, Mimi. That's Hoarder Paper Crafts. That's Mimi. Who else did we miss? Diane Olson. Hello. And Irma. All right. Okay.
Are we ready to
do
my magic?
Do your magic, and then you gotta go, because Mommy has lots of things to do today.
3, 2, 1, poof. What? Magic.
Y'all see that? Poof.
I said magic.
That's just magic right there.
Magic.
Okay, she's been very busy this morning.
Yes,
rainbow.
I made rainbow staples. They're rainbow.
See that? Isn't that cool?
I painted on it with markers.
Do you remember whose channel you saw that on?
No.
No. And then look at this little book she made. Isn't this adorable? Look at that. Pages and everything.
You can write in it.
Yeah. Where'd you find the fancy paper? Mm-hmm.
You said I could.
Yeah, I know, but I thought you were just getting, like, you know, other papers, but yeah. That's fine. And then she made me stickers.
Yep.
And then
last but definitely not least.
I'm very impressed with this. Oh. Here. Yeah,
the mini painting.
Mini, look at that. She made a little backer and everything. Look at that. Hello, Marcia and Ricky. Kathy and Kit.
Kit.
Isn't that cool?
It's an art kit.
Yeah. I know. Fun stickers. But I might actually use some of these for
the book. Which one's your favorite sticker in there?
Oh, this is a game we play. What's your favorite? What's your favorite?
What's your favorite?
I really like this one, and I love the smiley purple one.
Which one is your favorite out of all the colors?
Oh, out of...
No. Like, each color you have to have a favorite out of one.
Oh, good gosh. Out of each
like
row,
green,
you mean? Okay.
So, like, green was...
Okay, I love this one, and then I love this one.
That's the ice cube.
And I love that. Yeah.
That's the ice cube.
So boop, boop, boop.
That's the one's my favorite
Yeah.
out of them all. It's the ice cube.
I'm very excited. And then did you see this packaging? I mean, you know.
It shows all the colors.
Stepping it up.
It shows the colors.
The colors.
That's the ice cube. It's my favorite.
Are you going to put this in your room? I think you should put this on your desk. It's really swell. But I don't. Do you want me to have it? I think you should put it on your desk.
You to put it on your desk.
Oh, okay. I will do that.
You to put
On my mic.
your desk.
Okay. Now I love you. Please go away. Because yeah, I know.
Somebody says the pink dude with round eyes.
Oh, pink dude with round eyes.
That's Rhonda.
That's your favorite?
I like Gia. Okay, you must go. I love you. Bye. Thank you for all the cool stuff.
Oh, really? I didn't even get to see that.
I know.
Did she show you her colored staples?
Yes, that's the thing.
Oh, yes. I mean, she said, and the primary colors are on this side and the secondary colors are on this side. I'm just so proud
I know.
of her.
I told her to go tell
She
Gigi
dang
that.
sure didn't learn that at school.
No. I know that's right. Oh, okay. Okay, now I gotta, remember. By the way, this is Mariah Makes Monday. I'm Mariah. He's over here. Together we are P-Marter Studio, and sometimes the little one comes in and makes us all crazy.
Yes, she has
She has ways of doing
guest appearances.
Okay, I'm gonna move all this stuff off to the side. Hopefully we get to this. I want to talk about all of these things because all of this goes together.
Wow.
I know. I got things to talk about that I haven't even told you about, really, because, sometimes I like to surprise us all. Surprise!
I don't need my earplug in anymore.
No, but you really should be on chat, and please take care of that.
I am. I'm on there. I'm on it like a...
Hello, Julie. Hello, Flora. I think I've gotten most folks. Hey, Jennifer McKinnon. Okay. Sorry, I have to, regroup my thoughts. Yes. Okay. So back to the book. We have interesting things to talk about with this. It's been a full week. And P painted it, which also created some interesting things that we want to discuss with y'all. and confirmation of us telling y'all about the pinkness of the black paper. And boy, oh boy, did Lucas Krill, bring out the pink. It's really great.
It wouldn't matter who it was. Even if it was gesso, it would still be
pink. Yes. That is true. Because we've seen it come up through So really, whatever medium you put on that mixed, or it's really not even mixed media. It's just heavy black chipboard pulls the pink. But some good information here also with, some of my sloppy work and whatnot, is that if you prep utilizing either now this was probably, let's see.
I tried not to get over the edges, but.
So this is the third this is probably, no, this is glue. Most likely this is the glue. But you can see anywhere that any of the medium or whatever made it over to this side, it does lock in the paper, the black chipboard. So, good information. And also when you're painting over the tape. We kind of like the look of the tape. So, that's just going to kind of stay as is. Like, that was sort of the goal. Now, that being said, y'all remember this print? She let me have it. Because, see, this was actually done, I believe... Was it the same time, or you just got lucky? These are your colors.
Oh, those are just my colors.
These are her colors. She's
Yeah.
similar, but look at that. See, friends. We needed friends. And accidentally, we got some friends. Which make us very happy, because remember, the other prints we were picking were just like, eh.
Yeah, and all joking aside, we might... I don't know, some of those that I did the other day. You want to interview them?
No, I really don't. But thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I think you should.
I met my perusal of piles. quota yesterday.
Such a boring person.
I know. My lack of interest in pile perusal has really got her. No, that is not even in. Now, I will. Here, I'll tell you. Once I start working on the other book that I have planned in a bag over
Well,
here.
I don't know if I'm going to let you use them.
Okay.
You're just going to be poopy about it.
I'm not being poopy about it. I'm just happy with the ones that I have. I just don't. So I don't understand why we should go looking around.
I just think you should continue looking until you're absolutely gobsmacked with something.
I am gobsmacked. I was and that's why I was like, please give that to me. I would like that. See, all day long. All day long, I get these little treats. Oh, good golly. I know one day I'll miss that. So I try not to be, like, annoyed with it. But did you see that?
Aww.
I don't know. I am full up with these little trinkets. I love her.
Well, you need to hang on to them and
I know.
drag them out when she's a teenager and you want to,
Fill her
cut her
room with
head
it.
off. It'll keep you
Right.
from killing her.
Right. Okay, because remember, we were thinking about this one, but see, I still felt like this was a little bit much, even though it was sort of hitting the right colors, but just wasn't the right feeling. See, this one, still wasn't like oh my God, yeah, that's it. I was like, hey, that'll work. These two, I'm like, yes, this is what we're doing today. So, please remind people to sign up for the swaps. Yes. Thank you, Mo.
Oh, Darcy says, fill a big pickle jar with mini art.
Oh, that's cute.
And it could be decorative,
Yeah, like we,
Like we need some of that.
like we have,
Hey, there's old Eddie.
Hey, Eddie.
He forgot it was Monday. I understand that. I don't know what day it is
No.
until Mariah tells me.
I did send the baby up this morning. Said, go wake Gigi up. Be nice.
Sometimes she comes upstairs and she just yanks the covers off and says, it's time to get up. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a good time waking her.
Teenage self up or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, those are goals.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So yeah,
Hello,
swaps.
Cheryl.
Swaps.
Swap? Oh, I haven't signed up for the swap.
Do you want to sign up?
I don't know. I'm just kind of into what I'm doing right now. And I'm not ready to give up my papers because I'm not finished with them yet.
Okay. Don't sign her up for the swaps this month.
Yeah, I'm going to hold off on this month.
Okay.
Then I'll have lots next month after I get that next layer on.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Oh, see,
Aw.
Cynthia says her girls
I
are
know.
3,000 miles away.
When I start to get real frustrated with her, I just think, okay, not worth it. And then, oh, that makes me a little teary. I'm not going to think about that too much.
Yeah.
Whew. I'm an emotional person. Anyway, all right, let's build this book here. Business. Swaps. Anyway, y'all need to sign up for those. That is over at Makers. That's the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. If you aren't a part of it, you should be. I have new questions. Well, I swapped out one question for 2025. I wanted to know if people knew who we are and if they've been to a live stream. I felt like that was important information versus like what other groups they're part of. I'm over that. It's more about us bringing it internal. Curious. And it's funny. There's quite a few people who don't know either like their Facebook recommendations or whatever. So we got lots of people that just don't know. So if y'all are over there in Makers and you see some new people and they're asking about things, let them know. Who's it? What's it? Send them to a video. Ask them to come to the live stream. We like that. Builds the community. Makes them feel part of it too. That's how we, connect with y'all. Anyway, swaps. There's the Misfit paper swap. And then there's the swap that Becky puts on. If you want to know where that information's at, it's at the top of the page. If you don't know, like, where that is in the little featured area or the who's it, what's it, because it's like it hangs out at the top and you click the little thing. I think it says featured still. Who knows if they've changed it? I just kind of, it's one of those things. After a while, you're trained and you don't look for the thing. So there's that. And the color combo. So
Oh, Lizzie.
Yeah, yeah.
Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos was confused about how to send P a lightning bolt.
Well, her plates are all gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We just pulled the trigger on it and
Yeah.
And they're actually in the mail. They haven't. I mean, they're in the bag to go.
Yeah.
To the post office.
And then I only have one person from the giveaways that has not, and I can't remember who it is. So forgive me on that. But, you know, if you haven't heard from me and you know that you won one of the giveaways,
you might want to be jumping on that because we're fixing to give it away again.
Yeah, because if I don't hear back at some point, we'll just re-roll. But I can't remember which one. I did send a reminder. And remember, that's for my liquid fly. So don't be looking for PM Artist Studio, even though I did put it in the notes.
Well,
PayPal.
Nightbot just gave your PM Artist.
Yeah, well, that's fine if you need to contact me for something. To you know, ask me about it. But the email that you're looking for to pay your postage is via the Liquid Fly Designs PayPal. Because that's our main company. That's who owns PM Artist Studio. I don't know if you know that. That's Brad and I's company.
I have a small.
Yeah, she's, you know. She
yeah.
works for the subsidiary.
Yes.
PM Artist Studio. She works for paint. And then sometimes if we don't get it to her, she just buys her own paint. Okay. By the way, that has shipped. Your paint has shipped.
Yeah, check your spam file for email from Mariah. Yeah, Patricia's in charge.
She is
of
not
marketing.
charged for marketing.
Not even.
No. She's been kicked out of those meetings.
I'm just the the incidental figurehead.
She works in the creative department.
Yeah, and they try to keep me.
It's not the same as marketing.
Behind scenes as much as possible.
That's right. She's got a lot of ideas.
I have ideas.
Okay. Here is my thought with this. Let's fold this up just so you guys get get reacquainted with the whole vision here. See how we have doop, 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 doop. And we kind of want different things to show up because if I put gold right here on this second panel, that's not going to be very interesting.
You can even write on that with pencil.
Right. See, we kind of want this to pop up and out. So I want this to be on this panel, or at least this at the top of it. Maybe we kind of do a little scenery situation. So for sure we want the gold on this second panel. That's just what I want. I think it's a good idea. So that's what we're going to do. Just going to get it down there. And
Did you say hello to Big Sky over SS?
No, hello Big Sky. And welcome. I believe you are new.
I'm the art department. Pretty much so, except for stencils and stamps. I don't do many of those anymore because I don't need to, which I'm really kind of happy about that because it was usually a stressful situation.
Yeah, she'd get a little...
From all around.
All right. I need my glue. I need my spreader. My spreader's over here. I was a little worried that the spreader was glued down, but that happens sometimes.
Oh. Eddie. He's definitely feeling better.
Yeah.
Oh, she's been in the peanut gallery most of the other times. Oh,
Okay.
well, we're glad that you got into the, visual gallery here.
Yeah, he came down the front row, or at least
And
you know.
hey, I'm here to tell you, when I was painting on the Lucas Krill there, there were little spots of that shiny glue.
Yeah, that's why I said, yeah, all this over here. And that's what blocked out.
So that's just a little reminder.
And a recap of why did I request the painting of the Lucas Krill, for those of you that are, new to this. Or
oh, yeah, and people are experiencing bad weather in places. I saw that. Mo said her village was cut off over the weekend.
Oh, I was kind of wondering.
Snow is epic. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, back to the art business here. I'm
Yeah.
going to try to keep us on task. And this one over here having our chatty chats.
Well, you told me to read the chat.
Well, I know. But, yeah. I want this crusty business at the side because, well, P, requests that.
I like that.
So we're just going to glue it down like so on this one. And if you're like, oh no, can you cut it there? And it's like, yes, I can. Don't worry. Love this print. Okay. What else did I want to say about this? Hair business. Oh, so why she painted it the white is because we knew that, remember, it lost kind of the luminosity of the gold.
The lighter luminosity.
Yeah, it really bumped it up. So that's why it needed to be painted.
Because the black just kind of sucked out anything.
Yeah, see, this went a little darker than, and that's okay because we did like that. But then we were like, well, with the gold, we really want to punch it up. Punch.
Yes. Hello, Darlene Williams.
Okay, I need these scissors, but also.
And Joan Marone. And yes, Ingrid, it is wet strength tissue that Mariah is using. Julie says her trees all look really tired. They need rain.
Yeah, if you want to see how this print was made, it was okay, so we did the Tudor Rose. I believe it was the same string, right? As when you did this print.
I think that's the leftovers.
Right. So it's that Tudor Rose, and I put that like on the thumbnail. You'll see that.
Yes, it's Carnival wet string.
Yeah.
Cynthia loves the gold.
Yeah.
And Liz says it's a beautiful gold print.
And
oh, thanks, Mo, for putting that in too.
yes, thank you very much.
And Darlene Williams loves this print. I love it too, and I thought it was very generous of me to give it to Mariah.
It was very generous of you.
Of course, it'd just be on a roll over here, so I could look at it every now and then.
Yeah, I should bring it out and be like, I want to use that for something. Not yet. I'm still gathering things. I'm gonna put it in this.
I'm gonna put it in
this bag.
Hey, this is how
I know it's your process.
I watched what's her name do the same thing.
What's her name?
She just collects a whole bunch of stuff over a while, and then she finally has enough to make something.
Yeah,
the woman that we sent some stuff to one time.
Yeah, that does
her name.
That really does. Lori Marie Jenkins.
Nope.
Who else did we send stuff to?
I don't know. She's the one that gets stuff from a lot of people, but I think she quit doing that because I don't know. She said it was some kind of an issue.
I really don't know who you're talking. Are you talking about Gail Agostinelli?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
And I just remember I was like, wow, she just whipped that sucker together. But in actuality, she really didn't just whip it together. It was like over a long period of time whipping together.
I didn't realize you were watching Gail.
Well, I did once.
Once or twice.
No, I'm not sure I watched all the way through.
Well,
very rarely watch something all the way through because I have ADD and.
Well, usually you get kind of like, ooh, that's a good idea, and then you go off on your little thing.
Yeah, then I'm digging around in my piles.
You're like, oh yeah, have that thing. Yeah.
Oh wow, Kathy says they have 6 inches of snow in central Maryland, and it's still snowing. Well, these accordion books are kind of like a big triptych.
Oh, I kind of chopped it off short. Oh well, we're not gonna worry about that. That can be fixed.
Yeah, just glue it down.
Yeah. Okay. No, on the second panel, especially at the top part. Now, I'm thinking about being a little bit more. This is where we chop into this bad boy.
No, you're going to have to because you don't have as much real estate there.
True that.
Your real estate exceeds your
right.
Your crop.
Indeed. Now, what I'd really like, see this part? I want that to hit up there. I know that seems kind of like, ooh, really like we're just going to pick out that little piece, but we are. Because we're going to piece this in. Like, we're going to use most of it, if not all of it. But in pieces, more so.
Listen, Jean says, he watches scale. I did once upon a time. But, I think I was motivated because she was showing some of our stuff.
Oh, that's been a while.
Yeah, that has been a goodly. And see,
yeah, when she used to share people's stuff.
She's gonna run out of stuff here, and she's gonna say, you know what kind of prints do you have over there?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna ask for anything, Patricia.
Y'all just, I said it here, you know.
She said it here, y'all. All right, here I'm gonna just freak you out. That just, you know, gotta make some decisions at some point, you know. Decisions
Oh my God! I cannot believe she just did that. Oh, that was painful.
Ooh. Scaring folks, scaring. Okay. So, if y'all don't know, and if you make, golly, why was that like?
You better watch about how you're twisting that thing.
There we go.
I think it needs greasing. I just don't think we have access to
to
the lubricating point.
It's important.
It's covered up.
Covered up. Yeah, good morning. All that coughing buzzing us. I forgot to put the...
I've got to, you know, give up on the midnight smoking.
I didn't realize you were doing that.
Well.
Alright, that's gonna line up there. Very happy about that. Perfect. And see, we needed to think about that, and I want this to go down.
Oh, yeah, because of that one little black spot.
Yeah, and then
I think I need to probably start perusing my papers because I'm getting anxious about it.
Gosh.
You can't have any of those because I've got plans for those. Oh my gosh, it smells so good over here, y'all.
Yeah, you gotta come back on Tuesday. She's got all
I've got some
plates.
stuff to show you on Tuesday. We are going to be...
Okay. So what I want to do here, I'm going to mark this. All right, questions about any of this, or you guys having a good time just watching me and hearing P, you know, doubt me.
And Jocelyn said she made an accordion book and almost ran out of paper.
That's why, I am being very, okay, see, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring this in, because I want to have as much of this gold left over, too, because basically I'm going to be putting these two things together to create what I need to create here.
Okay, I don't think there was anything in that bunch. I've got this really nice little piece of lucite.
Alright, where's my little mark? I think it's that. Is it that? Shiny paper's hard, y'all. Yeah, that's it. Pretty sure. Hopefully that feels right.
All right. Okay. Eddie said he loves watching you create, Mariah.
Well, thank you, Eddie. All right.
He just looks at the comments and avoids the video. That's not entirely true. I'm watching it in case she needs me to tell her something.
Yeah.
You know.
There. And one of the reasons that I didn't want to cut that is I don't want a straight line. Even though this isn't really super, probably isn't necessarily going to show up through this other paper. You know, it could. And you know, these are these are the attention to detail moments that can, you know, make or break you. Or at least that's my feeling. That's my feeling.
Yes, I think we have ice storms coming. That's what's
most
predicted.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you do not want to be out because Texas drivers are like.
I mean, they're bad enough when the rain comes. They're like, moisture.
Now, are you putting that down so that you have that edge or you have the other edge? It seems like you're covering up a lot of the gold.
Oh, is that what you're sad about? Well, we can keep this edge versus that one.
Well, that's what I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I was gonna come in maybe with a different, like the darker or the more like copper watercolor.
Oh.
And do the edge. But either way, I'm happy. What are you? You know,
I was just thinking that you're just,
Okay.
I think you should get more mileage out of your gold paper.
Let's do it. I'm for it. See, and again, I'm happy that I ripped it in the way that I did because that gives me the same kind of idea with the edge that I wanted. And this is exactly where I wanted this little humpy part to be because see here, look.
Yeah.
I love that darkness and that even that point. I didn't really, consciously make that. But see, boop, boop.
Yeah. You needed that contrast. I agree with that.
Okay. Boom, boom. All right, so we're going to glue this down first. And then I got to piece in a whole thing over here because I cut that too short. I didn't realize it, but this is all fixable. This is not like, oh my God, I'm end of the world. Oop. A little cray there.
Yeah, she says watching people in cowboy boots walk on ice is entertaining. I'll tell you what, when I lived in Alaska, ice cleats were part of your...
Yeah, going out.
And I it was just, you just put them on. And the problem is when you went into a place that had, regular floors or whatnot, then you had to take them off because you'd be skating around on a floor. So it was just a total pain in the badootie.
Just go anywhere. See, if I don't clean that up as I go, then I get into a real sticky situation, like literally sticky. Got that off to the side, that off to the side. Ugh. Now, nice thing about like when you have painted papers like these with the acrylic paint is you can they're a very nice surface to move around with glue because you can just wipe it up. You don't necessarily have to worry about too terribly much stuff happening. Now I am going to slide this up a little bit more and I can do a little trim work if I need to. But that basically pushes it nice and tight into its spot.
Oh, hello, Michelle with 1L. San Francisco.
I think Michelle's been here for a little while.
Yeah.
I know Michelle's like a regular, but I think she's actually been here today.
Oh.
For a while. That's what I'm saying.
Well, she was saying hi to somebody, I think.
There we go. A little thingy there. Okay, we can touch that stuff up later.
Oh, Lizzie Jean's Parakeet loves PM Artist Studio stream. We have to sing him the song.
Oh, and Lizzie Jean, I don't know if you saw, and I left you lots of comments. Hopefully you weren't like, good God, lady, you're a little obsessive. But I was answering questions and things that you had during your. She opened up her giveaway because Lizzie Jean was one of the ones that won. And just FYI.
Was it a good one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She went through the stuff. She was very excited. The colors were right and all of that. But I did want to give her some information regarding, and I did write this in the comments, but I think it's a good thing for all of y'all to know, especially if you're new to PM Artist Studio. We manufacture stencils and foam stamps here at PM Artist Studio. They are ours. It is the PM Artist Studio brand. And then we do have 13 designers. I think it's 13. Many of which do show up here in the chat regularly, if not almost every single time. And they design for us. The stencils are made of Yupo, which is 100% polypropylene, which is 100% plastic. So that is, I know some people get freaked out by the white color of it, but it is not paper in the sense that it is, like what you traditionally think of as paper. It is Yupo, which is plastic. So hopefully that answers, because she had some of those questions and she really wasn't sure. But yes, those should answer.
Yeah, I'm looking for questions.
Okay. I love this little bit.
Oh, here,
should I scoot this over?
Yeah. All right, I've got a question for you. From Anina.
Okay.
Is there a finished plan, Mariah? Or do you take it step by step?
Oh.
Well, she has an overall idea, I will say.
Very general, basic thing. It's like...
Remember Jell-O, not concrete.
Exactly. And, you know, a lot of times, one thing will kind of lead to another, and that requires that adjustment to be prepared. Like, I knew that I wanted to piece in parts of this various print because I knew I wasn't going to necessarily have enough to cover all of the panels. So that was thinking ahead and knowing that I was going to need multiple prints that all went together. But the way that you make it cohesive is that you then piece in or collage those sections into one another, then making it not like, oops, I ran out of paper, now I'm going to start this over here.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
If you make a mistake, you should just repeat it.
Yeah.
Hello, Kathy Daniels.
So hopefully that answers.
I think that was a great answer.
And it's truthful.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Now, why are you putting glue on the paper instead of on the place over there?
Right, I understand that. Because I really wasn't sure where it was gonna hit or where I needed to be, and I didn't want a bunch of glue in places that I didn't necessarily want it.
Well, I don't think that's the right idea there.
Well, I know, but
I'm worried about that side over there that doesn't have a.
Yeah, I hear you. I really do. It'll be all right. We're gonna work it out.
Good morning, Alyssa. 49 degrees in California. Woo. She loves that gold paper.
Well, this was made by P, and if you want that...
I'm watching Mariah very closely here.
Yeah, because she's worried that I'm not doing it right.
I'm worried that she's just going to mess it up.
Where, like, seriously, I mean, nobody... She has no room to judge on how anyone glues anything. That ain't where her judgment can be. She might have some places that she could be throwing out judgment. Glue is not one of them.
I'm of the more is better. Right.
Like, that's why she would have, like,
I don't remember what paint that was, but I'm guessing it was from my golden heavy body iridescent bright gold.
Yes, I believe so. And it was the pole that created that, but all of this lovely smushy business was done with the washouts prior to. And some of it was left over from when she was doing this, I believe.
I know, Dawn, and she's rejecting my advances. As she is wont to do.
Yeah, because we've never seen that happen.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Okay.
Boy, we got quite the crew here. They just keep coming in. Okay, now, y'all. It says there's more than 100 people here, and I only see 32 thumbsy upsies. So
we got 60.
Oh, so I guess I need to.
Well, yeah, because once
reacquainted with my computer.
Yeah, once you've done the thumbsy upsy, I think it stops kind of showing you the counter.
Oh.
I think that's sort of how that works. Except for ours on this end, I do see it from the back end, but see, she doesn't have the live view.
I don't have access to that. I'm just on the slow.
She's watching it the way y'all.
I must say, Brad changed. What did he actually do? He changed the server.
Oh, we got a new Wi-Fi thing, which amazingly, we didn't realize that it was creating sort of an issue. We just didn't know.
Well, I'll get old. I definitely noticed a difference because I told you, I counted 19 seconds once it took to find Amazon,
and I was sure it was you, and not.
Well, I was sure it was me too. So we were on the same page there. If you love it, thumb it. That's right. 65 now. All right. Well, I need to update my
73.
Oh, I need to update my thumb here. Pull my thumb out. Okay.
All right, and see this beautifulness? We'll probably just go ahead and bring it in here. I don't know, though. I might just piece it in down here because I really love it more at the bottom. But we'll figure that out here in a minute. See that? You keep. That is good stuff right there.
Yeah, 74, says Julie Parker.
Got 77.
Excellent. Okay, we still got a few more to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, now there's 104 watching. I'm going to keep on this.
Okay.
Just in case. You know.
Well, don't badger folks, because that'll make.
I know some of them are on the their phone.
Uh-huh.
And I know it's really hard to do it. Oh, don't forget to change live chat over to all messages.
Yes. Okay, I had to touch that up because I went a little heavy with the scissors and sort of ripped it.
Eddie's getting all musical on us here. If you're happy and you know it, thumb it up.
Thanks, Eddie.
Boop, boop.
Don't want the big scissors. I hate scissor size matters, man. I want y'all to know that cutting on live stream. The pressure.
Yeah, my
There we go.
daughter-in-law's name is Elizabeth. And Elizabeth says she loves your book, Mariah.
Thank you.
It's kind of rough.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, lady?
I know, and Eddie's had health issues, and we've missed him during his absence.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if they're health issues. He's just been sick.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's a... I mean, that's
he was experiencing a bout with the flu.
Yeah, I was doing that on purpose. And then
Yeah, Eddie, that's what I used to tell my mother when I was hungover. From a raucous night.
I don't think Eddie's a drinker, so...
Oh. Oh, Michelle's back at work after 2 weeks off, and her laptop is not working.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Bummer. On phone, just do it when you pull up site, then join chat. Easy peasy. Thank you, Jocelyn, for that information.
There we go.
I'm in the process of trying to get a new phone. I can't say mine dies because it has, it resurrects itself, and I praise Jesus and use it a couple of times, and then it dies again. We're having multiple resurrections here.
In a day.
Not erections, resurrections. Just does not want to stay charged for whatever.
It's old.
It's old.
It's
kind of like me.
It's time.
Eddie has, mine's an iPhone 12 too, and I mean, it is just not performing up to par.
Okay, so here we are. Look, we're at that fold. That's awesome. This one can be fully gold if we want it. I think that's probably a good idea. This is the next one that we want to make sure that we have the dark stuff on. This one doesn't necessarily matter, so maybe we just continue on with this whole business.
Okay, Marina Lay says, Patricia asked Lizzie Jean's
Sure.
Artistic Chaos if she mentioned she had a YouTube video on a PM Artist Studio 10K packet. Yes, I think she did talk about it.
I did.
Don Rolson has a tin can in his straw.
Who asked that? Patricia asked. Okay, Liz Jean. Yes.
Yes, she did mention it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's old Miriam. Hello, Miriam. Do you like little but flexible or big and classy scissors? I like big. Because it hurts my fingers, those little bitty ones.
I like options, and I use them all. Jeanette sent these to me. These are my scissors. That's why they have my name on them.
I have some super grande.
Uh-huh. Okay. Should I bring this in there?
Here's Betsy. She's a little bit late.
Hey, Betsy.
Love your piecing process, Mariah.
Do we like this idea of going up and down?
I think it's marvelous.
Kind of
creates rhythm.
Ooh, yeah, I like it too. that the cat? Or is that Izzy? Her movement over there. I gotta be careful here. Make sure I come down far enough that I got enough of that. But I don't. It seems wasteful to put that all the way up in there like that, but maybe what we do is use that. That comes up far enough. Wonderful. I need that to be there. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut this so it doesn't make me
Lisa's
crazy.
watching on television.
Okay, hello Lisa, and thank you for watching us on the TV. Okay, I gotta cut that. So we're not dealing with this situation here.
I'm telling you what, it's hard to cut tissue paper. It's wiggly.
It is wiggly. Appreciate you. Yes, recognizing that was a struggle.
I'm telling you.
The struggle is real. All right, we're going to bring that down as much as we possibly can.
See, Lizzie Jean says, yeah, I know my fingers get stuck in those small scissors. Plus, it really hurts that part of my finger that it hits on.
I'm going to go ahead.
Sometimes I even put on a Band-Aid beforehand.
Just make this.
You're going to have a hole over there on the side.
I'm ignoring her. I am ignoring her. Yeah, it's plenty. Plenty. And not too much of a, but see, now this is where, like, see, the tissue being on top, we're going to see that little bit of line, but got some thoughts on what we might come back and do if those really are, you know, more visible than we want them to be. I feel like that's a good situation. All right, do we like that? That makes me a little bit sad that we're, and it kind of is what it is. We're going to take
Alyssa has 4 pairs of scissors. Oh my God, I can't tell you how many we've got. We hand them off to Izzy when they don't work anymore.
I've noticed she has quite the collection of, you know,
crap scissors.
Well, she gets, you know, those kid scissors every year.
Oh yeah, the school things.
Yeah, so she's got, you know, kindergarten. Well, and even I think when she was in preschool, we ended up doing a little box then. Okay.
Dawn, you will not be disappointed that you went with that golden fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so happy to get that in the giveaway.
Well, no, in the seconds. Yeah,
seconds.
I can't believe how much gold stuff was in the seconds thing. That was pretty crazy.
Now, you know, I think it's kind of I think some of it was getting old. Is
Probably.
why they gave it away, is because, you know, I mean, the prices, people, yeah, kind of balk at that.
Yeah. What I'd really love to do
Jocelyn
is
says she sees us cutting with long scissors, and I'm amazed. Hey, you should see mine.
Yeah. I'm just gonna live.
These are old Timmy's scissors.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me these. I wouldn't buy them.
I think
I'm not into brand name anything.
I think Dana sent you those, if I remember properly, or Deb. Dana or Deb. I wish you'd write on there and stop saying somebody sent these to me versus just, you know, like, yeah, I'm just telling you about that. Want her to remember and put a name on it. Put like little tags on things.
Hello, Rose.
Okay, where am I at here? I was contemplating whether I use this glue or, yeah, because it's a small space, so I think I can move along. This is the Art Glitter Glue, which is fantastic stuff, but it dries very quickly. So like,
Yeah,
you don't want to use this
doesn't
for,
allow you to mess about.
yeah, you don't want to use it for big areas like this, because by the time you're like, you know, halfway there, it's dry, and then it causes like bumpiness. But it's really great for like quick little, you know, small areas and like things that you're going to get down quick.
They're worried about what you're going to do with your
with what?
The middle parts. They're the foldy parts.
They're going to stay as is. Does that bother them?
Yes, it does. They're mentioning it. Just, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can address that at some point, but as of right now, and I hadn't really, I thought that them being this cream color was just fine and dandy. But we can address
Well, Mo said that sometimes you use sari silk, so it folds nicely. You have to use something flexible. I can't remember. What did we use on that one book of mine? I think it was some of that seam binding stuff.
Yeah, seam binding works great, but this is actually, and we've done this on streams. So what? So this is the third Monday. So if you go back two Mondays ago, then you will see the construction of the book.
Okay, Lisa's phone's dying. She's lurking.
Okay. No worries.
And Jocelyn says she used washing tape. I don't know what washing tape is.
Washi? She probably meant washi tape. Washi tape's okay. You may want to add additional glue to it. I'm sure that, you know, if you are familiar with the washi tape, then yeah.
You could use some of my stuff I have on toilet paper rolls, Mariah.
In fact, I have used the washi tape.
With glue.
With glue. With glue.
And Kathy wants to know, would you consider a vertical seam? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't. What you mean? What you mean, girl?
What you mean? What you mean?
This one, actually, both of these were done on camera. Just this one was done during a live stream, and this is washi tape in here. In some places, I'm pretty sure. Right?
I think so. I don't.
This is washi tape here, and I'm pretty sure this was washi tape too. Like from what I remember. But it colors nicely. Like it takes the marker or even the paint. And this is definitely washi tape right there. And that had to be done.
Yes, she says washi.
Yeah. Sorry. And I forget that my camera's kind of up high, but I wanted y'all, I can move in closer.
Rhonda says she loves it that you use the stencils for the pages.
Yes, these are the actual stencils. That is true. And see, these are our, I see you. And these are from Paula's set of eyes. Can't remember. They're the 9 ATC set of eyes.
Hi, Kathy Seek. Yes, and those are my lovely butter hoop-de-doos there.
Yeah.
That's a really nice one. I'd kind of forgotten about that.
Yeah. I love these little books. Boom.
Oh, okay. So Kathy MH says you've got horizontals here. So on the next one, would you consider vertical? I don't know. I'm thinking upon it, and I'm sure I don't know.
I guess I still don't really key in on what's
a vertical alignment rather than a horizontal when you piece them together.
Oh, like
going up and down rather than side to side.
No, I don't want to do that.
She didn't want to do that.
No. Because I want this to have a flow that goes this way. You start creating breaks like that. I mean, we have enough of that even just with the fold, with the...
Yeah.
Yeah, with our... What do you call it? to me, it's a margin. That's how I always think of it, because like graphic design wise, that would be a margin.
Brenda loves the eye stencil. Yes, Lizzie, and we just addressed that.
What's that?
She just was clarifying the vertical rather than horizontal.
Yeah.
Hi, Brenda. Hinge, Julie Parker
Hinge,
says.
thank
Hinge,
you.
Thank you. Words are so tough.
They are. And especially like when I'm kind of stuck on something, and then my brain just keeps saying, no, margin, margin.
And Kathy says, looking at it now, I see the flow where you want the eye to go.
Yes. Because that helps, it helps you skip over the hinge. This is how to get past the hinge.
The hinge provides the vertical alignment needed to break up all the horizontals.
Lucky there.
And Eddie wants to know, what if you wrote words down the edges? I would not recommend that. I don't like words.
Well, I'm not against words necessarily in the books, but it would have to be, I don't know, like that would have to be very particular. And I think ultimately, if I were to bring words in, I would follow more of the up and this line of things than I would this.
Because I think if you put the words there, you're just emphasizing the fact that there's a...
Like, if there was a cool quote, I wouldn't, it might be kind of cool to, do it along the lines there. That would be kind of cool.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on the end of your sentence there. These pages remind me of theater backdrops somehow. That's interesting. Okay, here, I have an idea. Some of that seam binding tape that we have?
Yeah.
Have we ever tried... We could try gel plating that so that it's more in the color range.
And then that way it could, break up the color. You could even, because we do have some brownish, which would already be a good base versus a black.
Exactly.
Because, it's like we're already fighting off the black as far as the tape was concerned. Because, see, the tape is this. And I got new tape. This is the tape.
That's it.
This is it. Brand new. Because I was like, ooh, we're getting low. Like, once you experience this, and you are a bookmaker of this sort, you will be like, where were you all my life? Because that's how I felt.
Like a gesso realization.
It's a gesso realization.
All right. Mama Juju just joined us.
But I do have this in our Amazon shop book under the bookmaking section.
Julie says that cream hinge would feel unfinished.
Oh.
Whereas I don't think the black one does, but I think it's just there's too much contrast, and that's why I'm kind of saying, yeah.
You agree with
and
that?
I could colorize it.
See, I can even come in maybe with markers, and we could
Thanks, Mo, for putting that in.
we're going to cover this up anyway, perhaps. Or maybe this is the thing. This ends up being, ooh, alrighty, I love you. You're so nice. Look at you.
I'm not loving that.
I know you aren't yet. But that's because you don't see my vision.
I don't.
You aren't in my head, Patricia.
You know what the other thing that we could do that would just be really, really simple is to take some of my washout stuff and you could just paint it on there rather than, mucking about with a marker.
I personally like mucking about with markers. Y'all let us know in the chat who you are. Are you a marker mucker? Or are you
See, and Cheryl says too much contrast. Yes, exactly. But that helps what you did there. I just think,
it's a lot of mucking about.
You could do it a whole lot faster without.
And she wants to get her done.
Brenda says, paint the tape. Amen, Brenda.
Oh, look at me doing
If you've noticed how
wonderful
well she
things.
listens.
Look at me doing wonderful things.
I'm just really looking forward to Izzy becoming a teenager. I hope I'm alive when that happens so that I can, chuckle.
Chuckle. She wants to chuckle, y'all, in a very mean way. She's a mean.
I can't color pencil that stuff. Sweetie.
Chuckler. Are they trying to hand this off to you?
I'm afraid.
I'm gonna get the green mat out of the way because that's sort of driving me crazy.
Now, what is that big old black line you've got there? Get rid of that.
I just really wish sometimes you would be patient and be okay with what is happening. And not be so grump over there. And be like, gosh, Mariah, really, I don't know why I don't just trust your vision. Because that's really looking quite lovely. And man, oh man, do you not understand how to utilize these little markers in the way that, like, here's one of the reasons that I know about this and why I'm obsessing about it and loving on the fact that I'm doing this the way that I'm doing it. And I want you to know that she's over there yawning and not being very supportive. That's important to this thing.
And rolling my eyes and looking at the ceiling and...
Right.
Not too long, though, because the fan's drying out my eyes.
This is how I feel when she's color penciling. That's what I want y'all to know. This is how I feel about that.
Oh, that's great.
By the way, these awesome little, acrylic, very...
Lizzie says she likes it. I think she's just trying to be supportive and she's overriding my...
Yeah.
And Julie has faith in you. It's going to end up looking great.
But also, this is kind of how, like,
And Brenda's making a grocery list.
The poster restoration people do their business. It's just like they come in and just spot, like, little colors. Boop, boop, boop. Bring in another color. Or the, painting restoration guy. Because it's like, I don't want to draw your eye to this. And what am I doing? I am repeating the colors and just trying to keep enough of the movement here that we're kind of staying in line. I also want y'all to know that I'm missing some of my markers. They seem to be on vacation downstairs with that baby.
Miriam says trust the process.
That's right. Thank you, Miriam. Appreciate it. Look at how well that goes with the gold. Very appreciative.
Tutu Holly, Tammy says, too funny, Mariah.
All right, so part of the reason that we're able to do what I just did here is that P did use the cream color, because the black, we would not get these results, and it would be way harder. Way harder. Now that we got this situation.
And Betsy made it a wonderful observation. Number one, she likes her banner. You two do the same thing, but using different media.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
See, she doesn't feel that
I don't know that I would just be a lot more direct. I'm not into anything fiddly.
I like to fiddle.
I don't do fancy cutting, and I don't do fiddly marker work. Paint that sucker and move on.
I'm pretty darn impressed with my work here.
I'm just that big old black line up there.
What are you
the crevasse.
Well, part of that is your jump print. So would you like me to get rid of that?
No, I want you to
see.
I'm waiting for it to show up. Because I can't see across the Great Divide here.
Yeah.
Well, I think you need to integrate it a little bit more.
Okay, you want me to bring it down more?
I want you to make that black line less black.
Okay, do it for it. But it's also not as...
Betsy likes to fiddle.
It's not...
Julie says it looks great.
Yeah, and it's not as dark as you think that it is, by the way.
And
here, look.
Kathy says she doesn't like to fiddle either.
Here, look. Look. Real life.
Ow.
See, it's not as dark.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's not as dark.
Yeah, be careful. That's a really nice edge. Brenda, she fiddles with markers, but not pencils. Mm-hmm. I'm just the opposite. I fiddle with pencils. I don't fiddle with markers. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's the whole process of capping them.
I'm telling you, that statement in itself should really explain a lot.
I think it's a genetic thing I handed down to my granddaughter. She doesn't bother capping
No,
everything.
she's like, this is really like one step too far. I cap as I go. Also clean as I go. It's a kitchen thing.
Well, I'm really sorry she didn't get that. Maybe she, it might be delayed genetics.
Yeah.
It might come about later. Let me tell you what, Mariah wasn't always,
I was very
she was
gross.
horrible.
I was very...
I used to just shut her door when I could actually get it shut.
Yes.
And it wasn't clogged up with a layer of clothing or other paraphernalia.
That's finally how she got to the point where she was just like, if I have to be able to close the door. If I can't close the door,
I'm going to be on your, like a duck on a Junie bug.
Yeah, we got problems, kid. And I'm like, all right, can do. Challenge accepted.
So she just shoved more under the bed, away from the door.
Yeah, when it was like, okay, when,
And Kathy says you need some of the gold marker over the black.
Okay. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you. Hey, and I'll tell you, this little, cheapio, what is this? Metallic ink. It's like a Crayola or something. I don't know where this one came from. It's not part of that group of stuff. I don't know if it's gonna bust it up enough. But looky there.
Yeah. Like a duck on a Junie bug.
Mm-hmm.
Lizzie Jean. It's a little southernism.
Mm-hmm. All right. Look at that. Hey, I am pretty impressed.
Me too.
Please note that here in real life, you don't, the camera creates more contrast than what is actually visually here. I'm gonna show it to P once again just so she can confirm what I am saying.
Yeah, I think I would come in with a bit more continuation of the design here at the top with the paper, like some of that bluish color.
Hey, and you know what
I think you did a great job over here. Maybe bring in a little more blue.
You know what I might do? Because I think at this point, if you put clear texture gesso over it, you could come back and do little pencil work.
I could. Now, here's the problem. You have to be very, very careful about not getting any of that on the gold.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take away from the shiny business.
Well, the nice thing is that here in this current state that it's in, you already have a defined, like, this is a different surface. Sorry. This is a different surface anyway.
Yes.
And my gold marker is not, like, super shiny gold. And we can add this back in. Or she could even...
I could take little strips of the gold paper, glue
or
on.
Just come in with the little fine
gold
of this actual gold.
Oh, yes.
And
do a bit.
Right. So I think we will continue on with that, but let's get the panels done. We know that we can do this. I love it. I think that is, I'm pretty proud of that work that just happened there, personally.
I think it's a great base to work with.
Yeah, this is kind of like the, first underpainting, like whenever you do oil painting, you kind of define out the areas with these blotches of color, and then you start coming in with more of the detail. Right?
Yes. And Kathy, that's exactly what we just talked about, because, I'm absolutely sure that is straight gold out of the
yes. It was.
Jar.
This wasn't any fancy stuff. The fancy stuff that you see, the cool this business right in here, that was all done and left on the plate when she was doing those washout mixy business that was sort of this same technique, and I'm quite sure that it was sort of left over from or during. It just it was that same period of time that she.
Yeah, I think that was left behind because that's the same stencil. I know it doesn't look like it.
Right. It's kind of crazy. Because it was like the leftover, and then you did a little bit more with the washout business.
Yes.
And then there was sort of that whole washout long haul type situation.
Yes. Which added to the luminosity of that.
And look
print.
at how cool that looks now. See? Like when you put the pant like that.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a really good call. And thank you guys for pushing for that a little bit. Because like I was going to be kind of set in my ways and be like, hey, I think those are fine.
And there's quite a few people are saying yes, that they were glad that you decided to make them less obvious. That was Lizzie. And yes, those are acrylic brush markers.
Yes. And those are in the shop. Hey.
They are.
Very reasonably priced. And I love the color selection. We did get those free. That's, just so you guys, all open and honest about that. Actually, I asked for them because Carrie sent me the link. I said, hey, can we have some of these? No, you're offering them, people. Okay, so see, we have the dark panel here. Very excited about that. I think it rolls into that pretty nicely. Happy with that situation. Now we want gold up here. So that's cool.
You don't worry about that till the very end.
What?
Those edges that you're talking about. Then you can just do them all at once.
Yes. Exactly.
And yes, Kathy, we've decided that will be a good thing to do.
Okay, so we have we're gonna come along here, and then I got a fair amount of gold stuff. So
now you shut it up, so you decided which one you want at the top there.
Yes,
okay.
Gold. It needs to be more gold, which I'm pretty happy about because that's gonna be cool. And what I really wanted to do is figure out. Okay, I love.
Yes, Lizzie, that will happen.
I love this business here more than anything, right? Or what do you think? Which section is your favorite that I need to keep?
I like the one you had down there at first.
I think this, because then that gives me more pieces to work with over here from this.
Okay.
And then we'll bring the gold all the way down in. Although I kind of need it to be there.
Mine is always lagging, Kathy. I'm not. And Kit 16 says very nice. I sometimes I go over here and I hit this thing but I try to watch what Mariah's doing over there also.
Oh, we got 45 minutes. Okay, so we're probably not going to get to the other stuff that I was kind of hoping to get to, but I wanted to do more drawing stuff, which is going to come up in the future.
You're welcome. Lizzie, that's why people show up to the live, is so that we can do actual talking.
Mm-hmm.
To the people here.
To the peoples.
And Sophia jumped in there. Hello, Pink Hands. And Shannon says the book is looking great, Mariah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Do I want that? No, I don't want that.
And Diane Olson says, way to decorate the canal, Mariah.
Canal!
I love it.
I love that. Yes.
That's a good one.
Maybe we should put this in the PMisms. It could be the canal, the hinge, or the margin. They're all the same thing.
Yes. Synonymous.
Yes.
And Kathy said, this is a great stream and I will watch it again.
Okay.
Oh, you can fast forward. We'll allow it. Okay, I think this is the third Monday. Yeah, she's going on the old 8 principle.
Yeah, this might be it. Especially if we decorate the canal.
And Jessie says it's a beautiful, snowy day where she is. Channel or ditch.
Yeah. There you go. I want this overhanging a little so I can trim it. Where is my... Did I toss it? I guess I tossed it. I guess it was all gooed up.
The other thing about using tissue paper in the canal, that's what I'm going to call it from now on, I love it.
Yeah.
Is that it's a whole lot more flexible than that paper.
Yes.
And once you get...
Because this will crack.
Yeah, it will crack.
This is going to be less likely. Less likely. Yeah.
And Cheryl says her Baron has shipped from Anthony. Oh, I know.
Wonderful.
Hey, and I'm going to show you another use of that Baron tomorrow. So make sure you know,
this we're going to
tweak it Tuesday. We're going to tweak the bejesus out of things.
Love it. All right, what I'm going to do? What am I going to do here? Because I want that.
Oh, someone called it canal earlier in the stream. Oh,
Okay.
I just missed that. Sometimes when I'm watching Mariah over here, I miss. And if the chat's going really fast, I will miss a section of it. And
all right, I think we're going to try.
Thank you, Cheryl. Yes.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, no, you're going to not make that straight across there. Please tell me you're not going to make that straight across there.
Oh.
Yes, Kathy said it was her canal. It was her word.
Okay. Tearing in the wrong direction, y'all. Or am I tearing in the right direction? Now I'm just getting kind of straight liney business, which is interesting, but that's okay.
Carrie finally showed up. He's been editing.
Okay.
I don't know if we accept that as a viable excuse or not, Carrie.
Don't listen to her. It was perfectly acceptable.
Mariah says it's perfectly acceptable. That's what counts.
She's on her second cup of coffee.
I am, and I'm getting...
She's a little jittery and jazzy.
I'm out of peanuts, which is a deplorable situation.
Well, we're all thankful. Okay.
I may just tote myself to Costco today, Mariah. I know how to get there. I've been there before.
Well, I worry about you not having a phone. I mean, I'm all about you just, you handle your business, lady. But,
out and about without a
yes, without a phone makes me a little nervous. I'm digging that. Digging that.
I really like beer and peanuts, but the problem with that is that
We're just gonna. Yeah. This is where that goes.
Okay.
Okay.
Self-editing mode goes into, latency.
Yeah, we need you to be as filtered as you possibly can. for my stress level.
I was just teasing. I was giving you a bad time. I editing.
He gave it right back to you.
Oh, he did.
I like that.
Yeah. Editing anything. I used to sit with Mariah with my poker, my stick, and saying, here, see that little color thing up there? I bet it needs to move down. And she would finally say, you know what? I'm going to let you go away, and I'm going to call you, and you can come back.
Yeah, when
I get this.
Yeah, because I knew
we were both stressed out.
I knew what she wanted. Here, this is interesting.
Oh,
sorry.
Ever After says, I could use peanut butter, no crunching sound. I know, but I really like crunchy peanut butter. I don't like
she does. Hey,
creamy.
Look, there's one of those little nipper bits encased in the glue. But look at see the pinkish hue there?
Oh my goodness, you can. And one of those nipper things stuck in. I'll tell you what, those little boogers show up.
I know, look at, this is like a little archaeological trinket.
See, Kathy says, I know, Kathy, I've only tried doing that once, and I decided that was not my métier. I just leave that to Mariah.
Okay.
I got fired with my pointer, yes.
Yes, she did. I took the stick away. Actually, I think Izzy ended up taking your stick.
Yeah, Izzy and I like sticks.
Yeah.
I love that somebody had I wish I could remember who it was.
I think
A
I
little
saw
saying
it.
about a snake stick. Did you
Oh.
see that?
No, maybe it wasn't that.
Yes, it didn't leave enough time for art. Ugh. And it was just so frustrating, and I would just be angry. So I was very happy to turn that over to Mariah. Actually, I really didn't do it all that long.
Well, and then she'd be so poopy about like coming down and doing the voiceover thing. It's like,
and she wanted me to be all excited.
And I'm like,
everything,
can you
and I
be
said,
more funny, please?
I'm like, I'm not feeling very funny. I'm kind of
Stressed.
The spontaneity of the whole thing is certainly done in by all this.
Yeah, and usually I was already stressed because I'd gotten it to the point where it was now voiceover time, and then she's giving me a hard time about it, and I'm like, we only have a certain amount of time because, like, you know, there's a baby to also be taken care of here, and, you know, it's not like we have this luxury thing called time. Okay, there we go. Digging that. I'll let that sit and just do its thing.
I'm not funny on voiceovers so very much unless it's
Okay, that's the back one, and then okay, we want to make sure that for sure gold hits this one. We don't care about that, so maybe we just continue on with the gold at the top. I like that. I like the one flip at the front, but then all throughout here, gold at the top. Yes sir, yes sir. That's what we do. Yes sir, yes sir.
3 bags full.
That's what I was thinking. That's funny that she knew that.
I know, and Carrie is very disciplined.
He is.
Which that would not be.
That is not how I would
No one
describe
has
us.
ever described me as disciplined. So that's where it comes in really, really. Oh, I love how that point there is spreading out. You know, the constellation.
Uh-huh.
I think that's really marvelous. I don't know if you can maintain that. But
where are you talking about?
I'm talking about where the constellation is coming in there.
Yeah. Like here?
Yeah.
And here?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, I will keep that.
Don't cover it up.
Okay, I will do my best. It's going to come like right to the edge of it. I mean, I can try to bring it down a little, but like I got to tear it at this point because that's what I got, you know? It's what I got.
All right. Now I know I've missed out some stuff here.
Okay.
And Jocelyn said she's a go with the flow kind of person too.
Okay.
And Elizabeth's off to a birthday lunch, and she's going to watch the rest of this later.
All right, Elizabeth, have fun.
Yeah. I'm going to eat leftovers. Leftovers are building up. Jocelyn, I do admire disciplined people also. And thank God that they're in the world because, you know, the trains wouldn't run on time if we didn't have those people. And
yeah,
the rockets wouldn't arrive in the right place, and you know, that kind of stuff.
Thank you. She turned away.
I did, and coughed in my shirt.
Appreciate it.
I still just have that stuff going.
I know,
but it's not as much. I've noticed.
I forgot to do a tiger balm last night, and it makes a difference especially in the morning. So crazy. So I gotta keep on the tiger balm till this really, you know, moves along.
Sorry. Okay, I need to read the. I've been watching Mariah over here. Yes, Tiger Balm is the stuff that we use as a decongestant during the nighttime. You rub
It's
it on.
basically like Vicks, but I think
It's a much more potent form of.
yeah. I think. Oh, look at what I found! Holy
What?
crap! I put this over there, and then I put my other little mat, and I was like, God, I could have sworn I had more, and I was starting to get worried that you were going to be right, and God knows that really sucks. No worries, y'all. We're good.
Oh my goodness! I buy my Tiger Balm on Amazon
In bulk.
I buy it by the 6-pack.
Okay. Hopefully I can.
Okay, and see, Carrie, he says the red Tiger Balm. The red Tiger Balm is more potent than the.
What do we get? We get the white, and then the other one
the
is
gold.
The gold.
The red is for absolute.
That's hardcore.
Yes, and you want to be careful about that Tiger Balm. Don't put it on before or after showering.
Yeah. Well, it does actually say that on the thing, by the way. All right, where's my line here? Good dip. Although that I do not really care for, because we need, if they're going to do that, we need it straight.
And also the thing about Tiger Balm is if you don't want to rub it on your body parts, you can rub it on your feet.
Okay. Because I like this and where this hits. We're really trying to keep this section, you know, although here's my problem. There's my problem. Should we just suck it up? Because we're going to use this stuff. Don't you worry about that. All this goodness over here is going to get used. It just doesn't work here because we don't need it at an angle, because that is very annoying. And that we need there. And I want this like that.
Yeah, I like that wonky edge.
But is that too much Goldie business?
Yes,
Like, should we bring
feet
this?
is a body part, but if you put it on your feet, you can put socks on, and
I really like
then
that.
you don't have
Although
to worry
we can
about getting it in your eyeballs.
use that over there. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. All right, we're just gonna have to really piece this gold business in here at the last bit, because I got ideas about it and what I want it to do. Okay, that's gonna go there like that and like so. I don't love that. There we go. There. My angle. Wonderful.
Yes, thank you. Ever After says Tiger Balm has wintergreen and eucalyptus oils.
I like that with it. I think even like clove is in there.
Yes,
on one of them.
Clove.
Which I really like.
And Carrie says make sure you wash your hands before the bathroom.
Yes.
Especially if you're one person that has extensions.
Yes. You're holding things.
Yeah.
With your, direct contact.
Carmichael said that.
I'm just gonna. I don't know if I should have done that, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Sorry.
Oh, you've got lots of time. No rush.
I got 30 minutes. Ooh. I don't know about that. Lots of time.
And there are 3 different Tiger Balms. And I know about that because my acupuncturist, when I lived in West Texas, they used to sell the red. And she said you should just use that for very special occasions because it's very strong.
All right. Wanted to trim that before. I'm going to leave that hanging so that way I have a little bit of adjustment room, because this is going to get tricky, y'all.
Tricky. Seeing if my phone's still charged. Look at that, 100%.
Until you take it off the charger, and then it says it's dead.
Yeah. So I can't go to Costco by myself till I get my new phone.
That's right.
And I've got to call the people at the bank. They don't know that I'm really me.
I'm going to kind of dip this into the glue. Yeah, I did that. Now we're going to bring it back down. Pull it into place. Sort of have my cut mark here as a marker of where I want it to be. Tapping it, tap, tap, tap. This is why you want to use the PVA glue and not like the art glitter glue for something like this, because you need time to make adjustments. The art glitter glue will not give you that. You will be sad and mad, and there might even be tears, because that's that most beautiful print that you are trying to use. Boy, oh boy. And see, I'm not terribly worried about this. I can come back and trim it off if I need to. Or even scrunch it up, because we do have texture on this. And I purposefully, that was a, conscious thing. See, I kind of scrunched it up over here. Totally looks fine.
Mary, we're making an accordion pleated art book. Is that what you call it? Accordion pleated?
Accordion concertina is usually how it is.
Yeah. And hello, Mary.
And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, we don't know that you're here. If you're watching on replay, no worries. Let us know down in the comments below, because we like to hear from you. Number one thing you can do to support this here channel and this video: thumbsy upsies, subscribe to the channel, do all that YouTubey business that you do. And if you don't know what I mean, that's when you click the subscribe button, then some little bell thing, and it says, do you want to get notifications? Well, we do this 4 times a week.
All that.
And
I see thumbsies upsies are to 92, but we have 101 watching. There are some of you that have been lollygagging.
But she's here to call you out.
Jump on those thumbsy upsies.
Okay.
Accordion canal book.
Yes, accordion canal book. Ooh. Got a little gluing like pee.
And Dawn says, best lives ever, funny and informative. We're going to hold you to that, and we may use that as a...
yeah, like on the back of the book, Yeah.
Yeah. A quote.
Yeah. I do have this plan, and I have them written down somewhere. I want to make one of those intros where you guys have said the things, and remember when I requested, that wasn't in vain. It was simply that, again, to kind of go back to this whole editing business and whatnot, it requires a lot of time.
It does require a lot of time, and it requires a bit of knowledge. Which
yeah.
I have none of the above.
Not for that sort of thing, no. And so it was taking a lot more time than I wanted it to, and then I got onto something else, and I did start the project.
And I think, just looking at the back of that book and looking at the dark, color of the tape there, the reason that doesn't is because there's less contrast.
Mm-hmm.
So really, the black tape was going to be, I think, as bad as the white.
Oh, yeah.
And you would have less luminosity with the tissue paper gold.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell y'all, cutting these curves, tricky business.
It is very tricky. I know that because I remember on the trees.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's what we got to work with over here.
Oh, Mary says that she watches Carrie, but she's happy to find us. Well, we're happy you found us also. Very happy.
Now, let's see if I can get, real.
And Cass WMS is watching on her live TV.
Awesome.
She's commenting on herself, so she will give 2 thumbs up. All right. Yay.
Well, it comes from
I don't.
the same account. Now, if you're watching from 2 different accounts, yes, indeedy.
Wow, that's some brave move there.
It is. Please don't try this at home. I am a professional.
And you are right, Lizzie. You can use a nail file to do that business on the edge when you get
Yeah.
finished. I've done that
Yep.
with my block of sandpaper.
That is so true. And there will be a need for that because these are some gnarly edges and that will not.
Yeah,
This
those will
is
be
not
taken care
okay.
of. Yeah.
I just want y'all to know that.
But you have to wait until all glue
Yes,
is dry.
because right now I'd just be smushing it around.
And it can catch and tear off the paper and create a problem that you didn't have.
Yeah, what I just did there was that was.
Yeah, that's not advised.
I'm just asking for trouble. But
oh, Cynthia says she uses her cuticle scissors, the curved ones.
A couple of y'all have mentioned that. And
I used to have some of those, but they're dull as crap.
Yeah,
so they wouldn't work.
Wouldn't get us very far. Okay, for sure I want this business here at the top. And so I think what I'm going to do is just say, all right, I want that. Do I want? Because I feel like, see that over the top there? Now, don't worry. We're going to deal with the situation with these straight lines and whatnot. So just don't worry about that right now.
Don't worry about it.
I'm really telling P that because I know she's thinking about things over there. And
yeah,
having
Heather. Hello, Carla. Heather
things.
also says those cuticle scissors are great.
Yeah. I just got to do that because it's fighting with me and I'm done with it. All right. This situation I want here because, see, we want this. See that? That's beautiful. And that little hump. Little tiny hump.
Oh my, that is. That's
yes, that's where that needs to be. So that's what's gonna be.
Lovely.
Okay. So we're gonna glue this little booger bit down and then trim it up. What do we got here? All right, 20 minutes. Whew. Struggling. Really thought this was gonna go faster today, but.
And Tammy says this stream is helping her start her Monday off right.
Wonderful.
Yes, we love to hear that.
We really do.
And Julie Parker says she just put in a color combo post.
Wonderful. Hey, and if y'all are wondering, where did Julie Parker post that?
Yeah, where did she?
That's the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Arts Facebook group. If you aren't a part of that, then you aren't going to see Julie's post and many of these other lovely folks that are here in the live chat and who comment and who hang out with us. And, you know, if you want to be one of those folks, you can do that.
They need you to move higher up.
Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting I moved this so close down. Here, let me move up a little bit. Thank you, Mo. And I'm, you know.
And here I am sitting over here.
Yeah, no.
You know, I don't have a poker, so I can't poke her.
I haven't given her a poker.
I'm not allowed to poke. My stick has been taken away.
And she just has her pointer.
And Jean called it first. I did. I just now.
Oh, crap-a-doodles. Oh, no. Okay, we're still good. We're still good.
No worries.
It's just like, oh, man. Did I just screw that up? I didn't. We're good. I'm going to tear this off right there. Oop. All right. That's good. All right. Y'all, I know. This is very scary. I know. Just breathe.
Just breathe.
It'll be all right. Good golly. I'm trying to stay out of the glue.
And Mary says it's beautiful paper.
Well,
Mary, I thank you very much.
Yes.
Since it is my paper that she's using. I have so generously contributed to the cause. I am being very watchful over how it's been used. Though.
She is. She's got thoughts and
ideas.
ideas.
I certainly don't mind offering up commentary on such. I love it when she used my paper because then I don't feel bad about doing that.
Yeah.
Where is Eduardo? I don't know. He comes and goes.
He does.
I don't know.
He might still be needing some rest. Okay, now we need this in here. And we still kind of get the same effect. This is a heck of a lot easier to tear than this other business. I might just glue this other business down and say, hey, here's what it is.
What are you doing with that little chunk there that's not covered up with anything?
This is why I was telling people, don't stress.
Well, I want you to fix it right now because it's really bothering me.
Is it really bothering you? Look at that.
Backseat arting. Yes.
That's we do a lot of that here. Across the table.
Eddie's
Arty.
lurking. He's here.
Okay. They were getting worried about
You
you, Eddie.
used off a lot of paper there. I guess this is the end, so. This is the end. That's what he always says.
Well, I tell her that
the end.
At a video, I'm like, okay, say the end. There, you know, I'm going to save every last little bit that we can. We may
Bless your heart. I might need it on one of my ATCs that I'm going to make with my hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
Okay. I need this. I need that glue there. A little bit. There we go.
Okay, you're sliding down again. You need to move it up. Scoot her up. Scoot her up.
It's like when your socks are slipping. It's really annoying. Hate that.
Slippy socks.
Slippy socks. Or a slippy slip is like really bad. Had those.
Jackie's leaving us. Somebody just said bye to her. Bye,
okay.
Jackie.
Bye, Jackie. Thanks for hanging. Alright, we're gonna... Because this glue will make things shiny, so, like, if you don't want it to be super noticeable, it's good to kind of come in. Nice thing about doing it on a top of acrylic paint is that it allows you to do that. If you have other papers, that ain't gonna work. You're gonna be real sad about it.
Yeah.
Stuff to keep in mind. Look at that. Boom shakalaka. Love it. Oh my god, it's like it was meant to be.
Meant to be.
Meant to be.
That's one nice thing about the tissue paper. It does not show lines.
Yeah.
Now that seems a little bit
a little too straight.
Yeah. Don't like that.
Well, remember, it's gonna like come. Do you want me to make it a little more jagged?
Well, I just feel like it's.
Okay. Hold on here. So we want to know how much we have to mess with her. Here. How about that? Or is that still just too straight? You want it to be more like this situation, which I can bring in. So I think the smarter thing to do would
just cover it up with some of your pieces.
Yeah, I'm going to come in here with these because then I can break it up where I need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Okay.
Because you don't have room to be mussing about there with your...
Yeah. That's a lot
easier
to do. Okay.
I fully endorse that.
I appreciate you endorsing it.
Yeah. I know you do. You just...
I do.
Wait to move on any decision till I have okayed it, right?
Well, I do... It makes my life easier if you are in agreement or aware.
And see, Jocelyn says maybe make the edge organic. Yes.
Yeah, we will.
Jocelyn, we
on
got it.
Girl.
And you are absolutely correct in your...
I'm trying to cut on camera.
Well, you're kind of off there. We're just seeing the bottom part of your cutting.
Okay, there. I want you to know that
sometimes it's really hard because you got to look, or I do, because of my wonky eye.
Yeah, the lining up of things is tricky. Okay.
Yes, I have spoken. Not always is it followed my spokenness.
Mm-hmm.
Kid 16 says, "I love your tag team approach." It is like if we were a little closer, there would be some physical contact, but I can't reach her, and she's taking away my stick.
Yeah, and you've noticed some of the days when I have mine, because I do have a stick. That's my hair.
She shushes me.
That's my hair.
She pushes me over.
I do, because she's, she doesn't see it until it's way late. She don't know.
She has duckbill scissors from the quilting days.
Ooh.
No idea what they're for. Boy, I wouldn't have any idea either. And Julie says she's needing a cup of tea.
Okay.
I just need my peanuts, and I don't have any. I'm kind of sad about that.
All right, 15 minutes. We might actually be able to get her done, y'all. Get her done, or at least close. This is where I get real gluey. I'm
11:44 a.m.
All right, let's trim up some of these edges because they're making me crazy. I feel like it's probably dry enough. We can kind of do that. furry bits everywhere.
Oh, look at that. Cynthia, she said her cup of tea has gotten cold because she was been glued to the scene. Screen.
Hey, there were some moments we should all have been worried. And I was. Okay.
That has lovely flow.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about this. And so now we can bring in some of our cool bits that we're like, ooh, well, that seems sad to leave that behind. Let's bring it in. Bring it back.
Oh,
see,
Mary wants to know if we're close to each other. We're across the table from each other.
Yeah, we're about, well, I don't know, we don't have the tape measure, and somebody's taking my ruler.
It's so less than a yard.
Yeah, it's more than arm's length, but you could definitely throw something.
I have.
She does.
And I'm not on screen on Monday so that I can just be au natural.
Basically, so she can roll out of bed and be here.
She gets me up so I can have coffee so I'm not, like really obnoxious.
You're just, waking up grumpy. She's better if she's had coffee.
We live together.
So do you like that kind of edge?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Makes me much happier.
All right.
And I think it's actually...
Well, I'm going to pull that in there.
And somebody's taken my ruler. I used to have a long one, but Mariah took it, and now she doesn't know where it is.
You've taken them.
No, I do not have the long ruler. It used to be on that shelf over there above your drawers.
Yeah, one is downstairs. Because I have that one.
Yeah, I don't know where
I love this piece, so this has to be in here. And it has to go right there. And that has to go there. So I got to cut it. Okay, that's where that goes. Boom.
Jocelyn says that edge is awesome.
This is where, oh, good. Well.
This is why you keep all your little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
For this business right here.
Right here.
Right here. You're looking at it.
Okay, let's see. How's the best way to do this? All right, we're going to use, gosh, where am I don't, maybe the sweater. Furry, I don't know.
Catching?
Yeah. I don't know. Thanks.
Yeah, that's how I knocked off a whole jar of mucky water over here.
Yeah, I still haven't seen your floor over there, and I'm just...
it might be a little stiffer than the other part of it, but it doesn't change the color too much.
That's good. That's good. All right, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, good.
The measuring implement.
So pretty.
Yes, the measuring. We don't actually use. I just use it for a tearing thing. I don't look at the numbers on it. I do, and if 6 inches is my measuring tool here. That's about as exact as I need to be. I don't need that long thing, actually.
Well, you could get a tattoo on your arm like Adam Savage has.
Ah, that's a great idea, except I don't know. I'm not into that pain thing.
Oh, I know, you wouldn't be able to handle it. She can barely handle it if I squeeze her too hard. I think she's got the fibromyalgia type thing or something similar.
I don't like anybody,
squishing on her.
Squishing me or, pulling on my hair.
Her hair hurts.
My hair hurts. Yeah, my handspan is 7 inches. There you go. And if you bend your finger, your joint there is an inch. That's as close as I need to measurement.
Look at that. I like that. Piece that little booger in there. See, and you don't even tell because this type of print is perfect
it's
for
very
this.
random. Now, if you were having to match up a pattern there.
Yeah, like, when you're, wallpapering a room.
Yeah, if you were doing plaid, you'd have to match it up. But this is not plaid.
Look at that. I'm very satisfied with that. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. There we go.
You do need to wash the glue off of that because, did you use PVA? Or did you use
this is the art glitter glue, but the same kind of thing, like top.
The art glitter glue is not shiny.
It's not as shiny, that's for sure. But it's noticeable if you. That's why I kind of buff it out.
Yeah, you can spit on it and wipe it up.
And she likes to do that. I just utilize other things that are my mouth.
Wet things. What did she say?
Okay, do we feel good about that?
Okay, she stores her bits in a flour sifter, and when they fall through, they're done.
Oh.
I don't save any that small.
No, but
those usually end up on the floor. I pick them up with tape. And Sophia has a small dedicated bag marked small scraps.
I'm just very pleased with all of this business.
I'm very pleased with it also.
Now, the other thing we can do, since we do have pieces, I can bring them in here and glue them in if we're really dedicated to sticking to this, you know.
I think you should do the other thing first and then bring those in as an afterthought.
What do you mean? Do the other? Oh, do
the other part first and then use that as your
final. I'm good with that. But there we go. Look at how beautiful. And how different, though, because, see, this is glued down onto black. And these are the same papers. And just how much more vibrant they are with that cream-colored background. I mean, I think it's still... I don't know that anyone would necessarily notice. You guys know, because you've been here. But it's something to consider.
Yeah.
For sure. And what we could do is I could bring in some of these on top of it just so it does hit more like this because it'll be on top of the gold. You know, just a few pieces here and there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just to help balance it in.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got enough left over. I'm very proud of you. You're very...
No one should ever doubt my abilities to use as many little pieces as possible. Look at this. Look at all this leftover treasure. I'm very excited about this situation. Okay, so next week we will continue on with this, but hopefully not, like, it'll be to a point where, like, we get to do some other things because I've got some drawing ideas. I have another book even sort of planned out. I also want y'all to notice how much of this I had left over as well. Tambien. Did you hear her sigh over there? I did turn her mic up. I don't know if that's helped any. But there we go.
There we go.
There we go. We're darn close, y'all. Darn close. I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, I need to do my end thing. Keep forgetting that, and then I have to... And see, I even still have some of the front pieces. So I think we need to piece those in throughout. And that's what we do next time, is more of this little collage business. Basically like I did here on the front. And some
Except
of
on
what
the
I...
inside.
And what I
where
did...
the gold is.
Isn't this... Can
Lindsay
we just...
says fabulous, and we're getting lots of floaty hearts here.
Like, just take a moment with that, y'all. Look. And these were basically 3 different prints. This was done just the other day, away from the same time, around the time that she did these. And so the fact that they all go together is pretty amazing in itself. Really. I mean, to match things up that well.
Michelle with 1L says it's very organic. Yes.
And also,
and lots of beautiful,
proud of that
very good, beautiful progress, fabulous.
Look at that. Okay.
Thanks for the Arty Fun. Very good work, Mariah. Love it.
Right.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
What time do the swaps close? Okay, swaps close
tomorrow.
Mañana. And they will be announced on the 8th. So if you don't get in there, snooze, you lose.
That's right. Now, P's not going to sign up this time.
Because
she's
I'm still
focus on things.
Making more scraps.
We do have new things in the shop, so if you weren't aware of that, there are new stencils, there are new stamps for the month of January. We are done with January, so that, you know, no worries there. Got all sorts of fun things. I'm going to go in big screen. Gonna fluff the hair, turn that a little bit. I don't love that thing poking out. I mean, I usually, there we go. That orange thing in the background was bothering me. Let's hold this up and see. which we should show the little end thing.
Oh, and Carrie signed up for both the swaps too.
Oh, there you guys go. I don't know if I'm looking, like, I know I'm looking at the camera, but I don't know where my eyeballs are when I'm looking that way. Maybe like that.
Yeah, thanks, Mo.
I want to show that end.
Do you know when you made the gold paper? Can we watch it? Yes, Alyssa. Is there somewhere?
Okay, so the video you want to look out for. Okay, so there was the Tudor Rose one. That's this video, right? The one after that, the stream after that one, where it's like something about washouts. It was like a washout long haul kind of situation, even though it wasn't like that much of a long haul. But she did leave the stencil down and did similar things to it to get the gold paper.
Yes, and it very well have been a pickup.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on that.
It was kind of a multiple thing, I think. Like, there was already stuff down, or you created it. See, like, I can't really remember that.
I can't really remember
the poll, if you don't see it in that stream, it will be in that next one, I think.
Definitely the following one.
Or, yeah.
And that's just because it was wet and I couldn't pull it.
Something like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. That's it, y'all. We're going to end 4 minutes early. Look at us. All right. Cool. He's going to be here tomorrow doing... Tweaking things. Using the stamps and stuff, I think, right? Got some ideas about that?
I've got some ideas. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the stamping part, but I'm hoping to, and definitely tweaking papers that are already done.
Oh, hey, just an FYI for everybody, including you, I have canceled our veranda, and what I did is I signed us up for Nautilus. Nautiluses are those ones, a lot of times those articles that you like.
Oh, yeah, from the pocket.
Are from that magazine. So I got us the full subscription.
Good.
So it's going to give me the digital stuff and
actual
hard copy. And they do science and art. That's why I thought that would be fun. So, you know,
because I'm that veranda thing. I mean,
well, it was kind of cool, but it was like only every once in a while did we like the stuff in it. Where I thought the art and science thing really hits more for us than that.
Absolutely. I'm happy you did that. Thank you for doing that.
Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
Adios.